The Morgenthau Plan. You are probably familiar with the occupation zones in which Germany was partitioned at the end of the Second World War. Yet there were many disagreements between the Allies on how Germany had to be punished for its acts against humanity. And there were many proposed plans for the future of Germany after the end of World War II in 1945. Not just as a state, though, but also as an entity. One of such plans was the Morgenthau Plan, which I will discuss in today's video. This plan was submitted by then US Secretary of the Treasury, Henry Morgenthau Jr., in his memorandum titled Suggested Post-War Surrender Program for Germany. However, an investigation by Robert Hoover proved that said plan is not realistic to succeed, because the result would have been up to 25 million Germans dying from starvation. Instead of this plan getting enacted, it was the Marshall Plan. A key person when drafting this plan was senior US Treasury Department official and alleged Soviet spy Harry Dexter White. The Morgenthau Plan, if enacted, called for the elimination of German industrial capability in all available areas, such as civilian infrastructure or arms industry, as well as a complete demilitarization of Germany as soon as possible after their surrender. This included disarming the German army and the people and also removing or destroying any and every war materials. This plan also wanted other key industries to the military either removed or completely wiped off the map. The next thing we need to consider is the partition of Germany, which would have been the following. Poland should have received the southern part of East Prussia, which also happened in today's world, as well as a portion of southern Silesia. France would have had total control over the Saar and Palatinate regions of Germany. Also, there would have been an international occupied zone containing the Ruhr and surrounding industrial areas of Germany. The remaining land would have been partitioned into two separate German states, namely North Germany and South Germany, which would have had a customs union with the newly recreated Austria, which would have been recreated to its pre-1938 political borders. The South German state would have included Bavaria, Baden-Württemberg, along with other small states. North Germany, however, would have kept much of Prussia, Saxony, and Thuringia, along with other several small states. The Ruhr area, Germany's industrial heart, would have fallen under the jurisdiction of the Allies for the foreseeable future, but also weakened and controlled so that this region can no longer be called an industrial region of Europe. Furthermore, all industrial plants, equipment and facilities would have been destroyed by military action. Regarding the mines in the Ruhr area, you might ask, well, according to Wikipedia, the mines shall be thoroughly wrecked. This territory is to be made an international zone governed by an international security organization created by the United Nations. The plan foresaw the reparation demands of countries bordering Germany being fulfilled with the transfer of German territories and properly looted German resources, as well as deporting millions of Germans into forced labor. Also, German assets anywhere around the world would have been confiscated. Overall, it can be said that modern Europe would have been completely different. With two weaker German states, an internationally governed zone, a much stronger France, and a much stronger Britain. Although the Soviet and American influence would have been more or less the same, Europe, more specifically the EU, would have looked unrecognizable when compared to its modern equivalent. But what do you think? Write your comments down in the comment section below.